finish my Christmas present?
No, I didn't.
So I'm not getting it then? Figured as much. Spent so much time on the VR. I knew I didn't have a chance.
Ooh, I'm level 46. Not 45. 1 second. I'm gonna turn my stream off and turn it back on. Or wait, can I just go to studio mode in here? No, I can't. Fuck. I can probably just do it.
Just do it!
Through the web browser here.
Time to play some Christmas tunes on my phone while I play The Witcher. So if you need me, you're gonna have to yell.
Okay. I'll probably be playing some Herald.
Maybe I should listen to your stream. So I can hear Harold. Because I don't know how to get to that shit. It won't tell me, so I find it on my own. My channel. Oh, let me know when you actually
There's a
decide
stream.
to do that.
Can I edit it? Edit video. Level 46. There we go. Lush.
Oh, thank you. Oh, fuck.
Oh, I gotta fucking get my audio straightened out here too, because I've been on the Oculus.
The cocculus.
You're the most amazing
Mic check. Okay, good.
person
I'm talking to
I've
you.
ever known. You're stubborn as a mule. When you open this package, I want you to know that it is never too late, and you are never too old to mark dreams off of your dream board. Love, Kenna.
This ain't my birthday, it's hers.
We're not here for open the package. We're here for you.
Oh, turn it over, Dad. Turn it over. Turn it over, Dad. You have to read it out loud, please. You have to read it out loud, please.
Here, I can do that.
Read it out loud, please.
God, would you read it for me?
Stop moving so I can see.
Would you read it for him? Here,
No.
read that one.
I'll read it for you then. Just a second, Dad.
Oh.
Hi, I'm so excited.
Pauline's completely snowed in now. She just tried to go to the gas station and the road's completely blocked off with abandoned cars.
Excited to finally meet you. I've been waiting a really long time. My name is Blake.
So,
I can't wait to
I'm
be
gonna
a
ask her if
shotgun
we would even
rider.
be able to
Your
help.
best friend and forever
I have a
companion.
feeling that
Merry
would be
Christmas,
Dad.
Love, Blade and Kenneth.
I would have to help.
We're moving slow.
That's for your truck.
Cool.
She said you had to have that because your other one in the closet is all bagoo now. That used to ride in the gray truck.
Grab the box and papers off.
And that one's more realistic.
Blakey, and I'm cute. Hey,
I
Dad.
wasn't expecting this, is it?
Dad, are you
Dad.
listening?
Huh?
You know the night at the museum, how everything comes to life at night?
Yeah.
Isn't that based off a true story? Isn't that based off a true story?
I don't know.
Well, the reason I ask is if it's not, then how is this possible? Meet your boy.
Aww.
Here's your blade.
He got a pupper for Christmas. I'm touched.
Yeah.
And not like the altar boy touched either, but like emotionally touched. Alright, I know what I need to do now, and I'm just gonna go do it.
Alright, well, I'm gonna try and figure out if Pauline is even gonna be able to make it to fucking Christmas, because if not, I'm gonna be pissed and I have shit special that she asked for. So I'm gonna be a little shitty.
Is she still dropping the kids off here at
She
12:45?
can't get off of BB.
Oh.
She can't even get out of her fucking driveway. Because people are fucking retarded and don't know how to drive in the snow even though they live in Michigan.
Mm-hmm. What level is that quest? It's still orange. I really should just come back to it. Am I gonna have to restart my game now?
Contest. One of the great.
Alright, so one side we have the Chuckster.
Elbow out. Woo! Ooh, that's two though. All right, 2-2. Nope. Oh, wow. Yep. Uh-oh. Yep. Elevator Ernie in the building. Nope. Yep. Shot. Nice, Chuckster. there, baby. 3, 4, 5. Put that pressure on him, baby. Ooh, pressure.
Get in there. Nope.
You missed it. You really missed, don't you?
Yep.
How do you go from that to swishes?
On February 12th, the dev team heard and answered our cries for help. Version 28.7.1 added 23 new side quests, allowing for much easier level progression. Some new friends were added to the game to hand out these side quests, and they scattered them pretty well across the entire game. At the time, my only complaint is that I just didn't know some of them existed. I didn't prioritize looking my map or searching for them all the time, but I would come back to places like the Obsidian Fortress and Radiant Coast multiple times, and it took me a while to actually notice the NPCs were here. I just never saw them. They weren't really placed in places you walk to commonly, but eventually you'd find your way. But that issue did not change the fact that this update definitely supported grinding players and enjoys Zenith just a bit more. On March 3rd, we saw a video put out by the dev team, a sneak peek at a new armor set coming to Zenith. It was definitely awesome to look at the new content, but nobody really knew when it would arrive and how it would arrive. But this video actually did give us one important detail of information that was never really touched upon by the devs. In the video, one piece of armor is seen that just has not made its way to Zenith yet: the headgear. The only headgear we knew of was the cosmetic referral helmet, but we were finally able to get a real stat-fueled headgear. But it would take a whole 2 months for us to realize the update this armor would release alongside it. On March 17th, the most important and exciting news was dropped for the public to read. This still is and probably will always be the most insane news that will come out of Zenith, giving us hope and optimism for the game's future. On this day, a blog post was put out titled Ramen VR closes 35 million Series B round led by Anthos and Dune. Anthos and Dune are investors and they helped fund Zenith with $35 million. This helps Ramen VR fund many new employees, letting Zenith development thrive for years to come. Another minor update made its way to Zenith on April 18th, but 11 days before, it was announced as what I call the inventory update. We went from 1 to 3 pages of general inventory and quest inventory space, and a new cosmetic tab with 3 more pages. Not just that, but a new cosmetic tab for your armor to show off your wares without sacrificing your stats. A very welcome change. I know many of us had full inventories and this helped a ton. The referral system was also changed in this update. Before, you would invite new players to the Zenith Discord for referral points, and the more points you got, the more cosmetics you would unlock. This was replaced by an in-game referral system. Same cosmetics, just a new way to get them. It was also when I finally got my referral gear. But this was nothing compared to what we would see next. On May 3rd, a teaser was put out by the dev team showing Zenith's first instance dungeon. They announced the Seething Depths, what would become the second out of 3 produced dungeons. They described it as an instance dungeon with an epic boss fight, interactive puzzles, and challenges to overcome. This was big. Zenith had adjusted into a new major problem. Instead of it being too grindy, everyone had already just finished the game. Once reaching level 40 and getting the final armor sets, the game was just over. Everybody knew that this was going to be the answer for the call of new endgame content, just what we needed. But first, let's take a step back, because right before the big update, they put out a minor one. On May 25th, patch 23728 was released. Nothing too serious, but a welcome change in the fact that Godstones were capped at 30 per ability. And there is now an option to discard low-tier Godstones with no XP. Nice to be able to clean up your Godstones. Then on May 26th, it happened. The Celestial Throne update was announced as Zenith's first massive update. 3 new dungeons, 3 new raids, new armor sets, new weapon sets, headgear balance changes. Zenith had its biggest content drop ever. It was so massive I had to make a whole video explaining just the patch notes. It took its time to release as it was put out 20 days after it was announced. Plenty of time to build hype and get Zenith back on the map. But now that it's been a few months, I want to look back in hindsight to determine the impact that this update had. I am still mixed about this update. Yes, it was legendary and very much needed, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it just wasn't at the right time. Now, I'm not the only one who thinks this, as Virtual Panda made a video beautifully explaining why this update just wasn't the first thing Zenith needed. And that comes from someone who is not a die-hard fan like me. And I do agree with many points in his video, especially the NPCs. They released the game basically how it was in beta with a few extra mechanics, NPCs being one of them. It does just feel like they are filler, and the game itself still feels quite empty and lifeless. But I do want to come in with a different reason. Now, I'm not here to slander the game. Making a video solely to hurt the game's reputation would not benefit it long term, but criticism is healthy for any game. The Celestial Throne should not have been the first priority. From countless people I asked, they agree too, as all it does is prolongs the endgame. There's still a dead end to Zenith, it's just a bit farther away. What Zenith needs is a reason to come back, and to me and the others, the 2 main things are social mechanics and PvP. Now, PvP is going to be tough to implement, because Zenith's netcode is not the best, but let's be honest, Zenith is dead similar to SAO, and that's how most people are going to look at your game. So if you want to bring in that audience that thinks that, you need to embrace it. Add in fishing levels, cooking levels, woodcutting levels, reasons to specialize in a skill and keep returning to Zenith. Add housing, add various cosmetic clothes, add hunger meters so sitting down for a meal is a viable option with your friends. Maybe even differences in the day-night cycles and how enemies are implemented, stuff like that. I know that sounds like some dystopian metaverse stuff, but look at the game now. It's in a state where people just don't want to replay it. Also, bring back super gliding, thanks. Even after the update, Zenith did not stop there. On July 13th, Zenith announced adjustments to the shards, or servers. It basically just made it so it was a comprehensive list with various ways to sort it, but it would also cut out half the shards on August 15th, as many just were not being used. Most people would hover in 1 or 2 shards and the rest would go untouched, so Zenith cut those. The final update Zenith gave to us was new cosmetics. Now wait, let me explain why I really like the direction this update can take us. This update gives us the new Neoware cosmetic set, where a new NPC gives you Neo
okay.
coins for various
So,
quests, allowing
Pauline
you to get
doesn't
the
have
set.
an issue with driving
Why I
out
think this is a massive
to my
update that
parents'
no one's
house.
going to talk about.
She
In
just
short,
can't get off
allows us
of
new
BD.
opportunity for Zenith's true first social aspect, clothing. Being able to style yourself can allow for
The drifts
personas,
are
allowing
fucking
for epic
apparently
X,
awful.
and if the game introduces things like housing in the mix, can allow for more RP aspects that will enhance the game. I may make a video going on this with more depth, but for now, this is what we're left with. And that's it. 6 months of Zenith condensed into one video. What brought you the most excitement throughout these 6 months? And what do you think it needs for the next 6? Let me know, and thanks for watching.
Hello everybody and welcome back. As always, I'm Mateo311 and this is your channel for everything VR related. Today, we're going over the absolute best Quest 2 games of all time as of November 2022. I'll be arranging this video by genre so you can quickly find whatever you're into. And there are of course links and timestamps to all of today's games. I'll give you a few great examples for each genre, and I'll even let you know about some upcoming releases that you should keep an eye out for. But before we jump in, this video is brought to you by Kiwi Design. Let's face it guys, your Quest 2 needs an elite strap. Why not get one with a battery pack? Kiwi has this amazing one. It's my absolute favorite. It's got this super plush top strap and back strap, making it extra comfy. It's way more durable than what you get from Meta and cheaper. Plus, it's got a massive 6400 milliamp hour battery, which can give you 4+ hours of additional gaming. I highly recommend it, guys. Go check out additional accessories from Kiwi Design. And don't forget to use discount code Mateo311 for 5% off and to help support my channel. Okay, so your personal opinion may vary, so if I neglect to include one of your favorite titles, please let me know what it is down in the comments. But our first genre up is story-driven experiences. In that category, the Vader Immortal series still remains one of my favorite games. Vader Immortal knows how to use VR to its fullest for some highly immersive storytelling, and there's nothing quite like getting up close and personal with Lord Vader and many other iconic Star Wars characters. The action really kicks up when you get a lightsaber and start using some force powers, and overall it's just a great experience for newbies and VR veterans alike. Now, if you're looking for something with more of a serious tone, a larger array of mechanics, brutal combat, and a storyline that you can actually have an impact on, well then you should be playing The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. It's truly impressive what developer Skydance Interactive were able to pull off. You feel fully immersed in the Walking Dead universe as you engage in actions like braining walkers, scavenging for food, covering yourself in walker guts to mask your scent, and dealing with plenty of desperate individuals and feuding factions. Overall, it's a lot more game and complexity than we typically get from a VR title, and if you enjoy this one, you'll absolutely love Saints and Sinners Chapter 2, which releases on December 1st, and includes a new 15+ hour campaign, additional weapons, an expanded crafting system, and more dangerous enemies. Now we're moving into some single-player shooter titles, and our first game could have easily also made it on the story-driven experience list, and that's Resident Evil 4. This classic zombie game that you may have experienced on the PlayStation 2 or GameCube has been completely reworked for VR, and it was done amazingly well. There's a roughly 10-hour campaign, plenty of weapons to unlock and upgrade, a completely over-the-top and pretty insane storyline, plus the Mercenaries add-on that gives this game a lot of replayability. Resident Evil 4 is a top-tier VR title, and as long as you can handle a little bit of horror, I recommend it to basically everyone. Now, if you're just looking for some excellent single-player shooter mechanics, I still absolutely love Robo Recall. This game is all about killing robotic enemies in style. You can catch bullets midair and throw them back, throw your weapon at the enemy to instantly reload it, bobble the bad guys in midair, trip them up while they're trying to run away from you, or even use their own weapons against them. Best of all, you're getting scored throughout this entire process, and you definitely gain a lot of extra points for style. The campaign itself is not very long, but there's plenty of unlockable and upgradable weapons, a high emphasis on replayability, and it's just some of the most fun gun mechanics in any VR title. But if you prefer a shooter that you can play with your friends, well then After the Fall is an easy recommendation. This 4-person co-op title is basically Left 4 Dead, but set in a frozen dystopian world, with zombie-like creatures known as Snowbreed. The combat's extremely fast-paced. It's pretty amazing how many enemies they manage to pack on screen at the same time, and when you start playing at the more difficult levels, your team absolutely has to be on point. There's a large array of unlockable and upgradable weapons and player skins. The replayability aspect of this title is extremely high. Besides the campaign mode, there's also PvP and a horde mode, and the developers have been hard at work to keep pumping out new content for us. Now, if sci-fi or zombie slaying isn't really your style, you could also do a co-op campaign in Zero Caliber. This is more of a military style themed game, which may or may not appeal to you more. It's also nice to get a bit more of a campaign and varying objectives, rather than just constantly running and gunning. Again, there's unlockable and upgradable weapons, and a full rank system, helping to add to the game's replayability. Now, if you're looking for a brand new co-op title, I highly recommend the upcoming 4-person game, Gambit VR. It's basically Borderlands meets Left 4 Dead, but there is a lengthy single-player campaign, comical cutscenes, over-the-top vulgarity-laced dialogue, plenty of unlockable weapons, special power-ups for all 4 characters, full parkour sections, plus hidden areas on every single level. I already pumped a few hours into this game, and overall it's a really fun title that I recommend you put on your wish list. Now, if you're looking for PvP shooters, VR is pretty stacked at the moment, and it really comes down to what type of game do you like. Onward is for the military sim fans, Pavlov is basically a Counter-Strike clone, Contractors is more akin to the Battlefield series, and has a huge array of amazing mods, Hyperdash is for the arena shooter fans, and there's Population 1 if you enjoy Battle Royale. Now, if you wanted something like Rainbow Six Siege, the alpha for Breachers is now available on the Quest 2, and it's from the same studio that gives us Hyperdash, so I have some really high hopes for this title. But if shooters aren't your style and you're looking for an RPG game, the first title I'd recommend is Journey of the Gods. While most of the RPG aspects in this game are pretty light, it's still a really fun experience that knows how to make VR shine. You'll have the ability to pop out of your character and get a godlike view that you'll be able to utilize to solve puzzles. You'll also face off against some giant creatures, which just looks absolutely fantastic in VR. Now, if you'd prefer a JRPG, you have to check out Rune's Magus. It features some excellent Zelda-like graphics, awesome VR fighting mechanics that'll have you reflecting projectiles back at the enemy, a lengthy campaign, some cute storytelling, and some epic bosses to battle. Now, if you're looking for a co-op RPG, unfortunately the Quest doesn't have many options.
What?
I said so much for listening to Harold.
But Demio does slightly fall into this category, and it's just an overall excellent game. It's a strategic tabletop RPG where up to 4 players get to choose from 6 distinct characters and battle your way across 4 separate adventures. The combat is fierce and extremely strategic, and it just feels so good when you finally succeed on an adventure. The developers have been hard at work on this title. They've added a social hub, a character painter, full AR mode, and Adventure 5 is coming soon. Now, if you're looking to get lost in a VR world for as long as possible, then you're most likely looking for an MMO, and that of course would bring you to Zenith. Zenith takes place in a Japanese anime style world where you get to choose from 2 separate classes, interact with hundreds of people online, battle through countless enemies and raids, grind your way to top level and getting the best gear. Plus, there's also a cooking system, and they recently introduced a creature capturing and pet system. The newest update also changes the first few hours of gameplay, making it a bit more story-oriented and enhancing the game's first impressions. But if mechanically this game doesn't do it for you, you might want to check out a Township Tale. While this is much more of an MMO light, it does have some really cool mechanics that might appeal to certain people. There's a truly large emphasis on exploration and crafting, and the title never gave me that whole this world is fake MMO feeling. You know, that whole run here, kill 5 guys, and then run back, rinse and repeat, plus landscapes populated with enemies that just stand around, and the only thing they do is attack you when you get too close. The world itself in a Township Tale just feels a bit more realistic. Now, if you don't care about realism and you just want to blast some stuff, we have the wave shooter genre, which is also quite populated. One of my personal all-time favorites is Space Pirate Trainer. It's wave after wave of increasingly difficult enemy drones. There's a large array of weapons that you could switch to on the fly, an absolutely pumping soundtrack, and a surprising amount of combat strategy. Certain enemies are way more susceptible to different attacks. There's a shield on your back that can be used to deflect lasers, and there's also a wide array of power-ups. If you just want some casual fun, I highly recommend this game. Just like the next wave shooter, Mother Gunship Forged. Rather than just wave after wave of enemy, this game adds multiple new mechanics. You'll find and upgrade weapon parts throughout each run that you could use to build some pretty crazy weapons. There's also a co-op and gauntlet mode if you want to play with or against one of your friends. So if you enjoy the concept of wave shooters or want more depth and replayability, definitely go check out Mother Gunship Forged. Now, if you want a wave shooter that's truly unique, we have Superhot, which almost plays like a puzzle title. As enemies only move when you move, they usually need to be eliminated in a special sequence, or you'll have to quickly locate a weapon to fight back. You'll also have to work on your dodging skills, and every single second will count. But if you're not looking to physically dodge bullets, maybe you prefer a platformer and you're in luck, because Moss Book 1 and 2 is absolutely magical. Quill is a mouse protagonist that you will absolutely fall in love with. The story is surprisingly deep, the graphics are excellent, the combat is tight, and the puzzles are head-scratching. I honestly thought I'd never enjoy this game, but for years now, Moss Book 1 has remained one of my favorite VR titles, and Moss Book 2 is even better than the original. Now, there are a few other Quest 2 platformers out there, like Lucky's Tale and Ven VR Adventure, but unfortunately, they're just not as good and don't have the same charm as Moss. Now, if you want to play in the sandbox and make your own fun, we have the brand new physics-based shooter Bone Lab. Bone Lab gives you a multi-hour campaign, but it basically acts as an extended tutorial for all the different gameplay modes. There's parkour series, physics-based combat, shooting ranges, tactical trials, and even some wacky experimental stuff. If you just like to turn on a game and make your own fun, there's probably nothing better than Bone Lab. There's now a full avatar swapping mechanic. We'll adjust both the physics and the attributes of your character, putting a huge new spin on the title. Now, if you prefer your sandbox to be fantasy themed, we have Blade and Sorcery Nomad. Jump into the arena, select your weapons, decapitate your enemies, blast them with spells, and just have lots and lots of fun. While the developers have been adding more campaign-like elements to this title, it still remains very much just a sandbox. After you get bored with the vanilla combat, there's plenty of awesome mods to check out online, which will give you countless hours of extra playtime in this game. Speaking of extra playtime, rhythm games are about as addictive as VR can be, and the obvious most popular title there is Beat Saber. With songs that'll take you days to master, and countless new DLC packs constantly releasing, Beat Saber might be the only VR game you ever need to play. If you prefer a rhythm game with guns that makes you feel like John Wick, you should check out Pistol Whip, or if you prefer something that makes you feel like you're dancing, there's Synth Riders. All of these are excellent choices for the rhythm genre, and it really just comes down to what you prefer more. Moving into puzzle titles, we have
Alright, Mother,
the series. Not only is the game strikingly
No,
beautiful,
of course
it has a
not.
truly intriguing storyline and a fairly lengthy campaign. The puzzles in the original Red Matter are definitely harder than the sequel, which went for more of a mainstream approach, but honestly, they are both excellent games. If you want a puzzle title with a less
I
serious
like how the
tone,
bots
then
just
I highly
automatically know
recommend
where we're
the I
going,
Expect
so
to
they just
Die
meet you
series.
there. That's
It's
really nice.
basically a series of spy-themed escape rooms where you'll constantly die in an unexpected manner. The sequel is definitely the better title, but they're both an easy recommendation to basically anyone. Now, if you're looking for some horror games, I already mentioned Saints and Sinners in the beginning of this video, so while it definitely belongs in this genre, I'm gonna skip it for now and move on to Lies Beneath. An interesting storyline delivered in comic book style fashion with graphics to match, some absolutely creepy moments, and some very satisfying combat. If you enjoy something on the spookier side that isn't full of jump scares, World, Jurassic World Aftermath. It features that cel-shaded style graphics that work so well in VR. They do an like this one somehow manages to give you a large array of mission objectives, and there's really nothing else out there the radius. Mechanically similar to Saints and Sinners, this is another full package title. You're trapped in a dystopian world filled with creatures, scavenging for food and supplies, and unraveling a deep mystery. The lengthy campaign will give you a large array of mission objectives, and there's really nothing else out there quite like this title. Like many other survival titles, it can be quite unforgiving, but it's definitely worth a challenge. Just like getting lost in the Amazon in Green Hell. Green Hell is a serious case of trial by fire. After a fairly calm introduction and some story building narrative where you learn the ropes of the game, things are suddenly turned upside down and you'll be stranded in the Amazon jungle, forced to use your surroundings for survival. As you'd expect, there's plenty of ways to die, everything from mundane starvation and falling off a cliff to being murdered by wildlife or native Amazonians. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, this is a survival title that I highly recommend. Now, since we're discussing dying frequently, we should move right into the roguelite genre. This one's pretty stacked, and there's something for everyone. In Death Unchained is an extremely challenging, gothic-themed journey through the afterlife that can definitely put a chill down your spine. The bow mechanics in this title are top-notch, and it features a unique teleportation system. There's also multiple different game modes, the developers are constantly releasing new content, and it's just an overall great game. Just like another one of my favorite titles, Until You Fall. This roguelite features absolutely amazing melee mechanics, and it's physically intense. My heart rate has gone over 160 playing this title, and I usually go into a full sweat somewhere between 30 and 60 minutes in. There's plenty of amazing weapons to unlock and upgrade, and they all come with different styles and strategies. So if you're looking for a physically intense roguelite that'll have you moving around, this is your game. Alternatively, you could pick up the bullet hell roguelite Yuki. Yuki has you holding an action figure in your hand, dodging obstacles and enemy projectiles, all while trying to collect as many power-ups as possible. The boss fights are extremely intense and will have you moving back and forth across your room, and overall it's a fantastic combination of mechanics. Leveling up and unlocking new characters is also a nice treat, and this is definitely a unique title. Now, if you're just looking to jump into the arena and hack up your enemies, We have two great games for that, both with very different styles. Gorn features some very cartoony graphics and physics, and while it's extremely slapstick, it's also excessively brutal. You'll be dismembering your enemies, impaling them on spikes, and just making giant puddles of blood. Now Swordsman VR, on the other hand, has a much more serious tone and a lot more depth. You'll be fighting waves of historically themed enemies like knights and samurais or Vikings, and you have a character leveling system where you can increase your stats over time. Plus there's a large array of weapons and armor, and even a little bit of magic in there. Now if you're looking to use VR in a party setting and you want to try something besides just Beat Saber, the Quest has a handful of great group games. The first one is the bomb defusal task, keep talking and nobody explodes. The VR player is handling a briefcase bomb and will have to follow instructions from people outside of VR who can't see what they're doing but have manuals on how to defuse the bomb. These bombs are extra tricky though and require some high level communication. If that's too much for you, we have Acron Attack of the Squirrels. Again, the VR gamer will stand alone, playing as a tree, protecting its nuts, and everyone else can join in from their phone, trying to outwit the VR player. But if you want to up the intensity even more, Reiki's Fragment is an absolutely fantastic horror-themed party game. The VR user is trying to escape a haunted house, and up to 8 people can join in from their phones, gaining the ability to activate jump scares. This might not be right for everybody, but it's definitely a great time. Now the last title is definitely a group game, but not one you play in person, and that's Among Us. The ultimate challenge of strategy and deception. Among Us will have you looking over your shoulder as you're currently trying to repair your space station, but at least one member of the crew is an imposter, hell-bent on murdering everyone. If you're not familiar with Among Us, I highly recommend you go look it up. It's extremely fun to play with your friends, but just be warned they might not remain your friends after you stab them in the back a couple times. Okay, so let's move into sports games, and this is another pretty stacked genre. If you're a fan of football simulation, we have NFL Pro Era, which will have you taking the field, running the ball, and doing some passing plays. Walkabout Mini Golf is an extremely popular and an absolutely fantastic mini golf title that somehow keeps pumping out more and more amazing maps. The physics are spot on, and even if you don't truly enjoy mini golf, it's just a fun social experience that you could jump into and hang out with your friends. And the Quest also has the majority of indoor sports covered, like table tennis with 11 table tennis, and there's also Forever Darts, Forever Bowling, and Forever Pool, so if you're into any of those games, these are right up your alley. Now there's not many true simulation titles for the Quest, and the closest games out there are Ultra Wings and Warplanes World War I. Ultra Wings puts you in an open world and has you flying an array of different planes across multiple different mission objectives. Warplanes is a World War I era dogfighting style title. You'll take to the skies and battle other planes across 2 separate and extremely diverse campaigns. There's 20 different planes, both single player and co-op modes, and even online PvP. Okay guys, that's the majority of my recommendations for the Quest, and I do have a few more applications that I want to mention, but they're just not exactly games. If you're looking to work out in VR, I recommend either Supernatural or Les Mills Body Combat. If you're looking for social applications, the obvious ones are Rec Room and VR Chat. Some other apps that you might want to check out is the online movie theater Big Screen, streaming services like Netflix and Amazon Prime, and finally World, which is basically a VR version of Google Maps that you can explore with a friend. Now I'm sure I missed someone's favorite game or even a full genre, so let me know what it is down in the comments right now. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. And as always, I'll see you guys on next.
I might as well just go back to the road at this point. Alright, so I gotta transform this mallet, and then I gotta go back to ZF and do the dungeon for like the 4th time now. First 2 times was on my vanilla mage. My coffee disappeared. Thank you, Snookum Bear.
You're welcome. Shall come to you.
I need to get closer.
Eventually, the bots will make their way over here. I could just summon them, but I'd rather have a more true experience. But at the same time, they should have just followed me when I was there, so you know what. Oh, one of them accepted it. Awesome. Where the fuck are they going? Good grief. We might as well just fight all these. Oh, I'm not even attacking them. Oops. I'm not really sure which way I need to go, but there's only one way to find out. Apparently they're having a hell of a time with stairs. And they don't usually have hard times with stairs. Just this particular area, I guess. I don't know. I don't remember where the altar is. Is that it? Yeah, it must be it. My sword's gotta die. Okay, good. Rest of this should be easy. My sword just refuses to die, huh? There we go. And this priest is about out of mana. I don't think this is the altar. Anyway, I have no idea where this altar is. Oh, this is my own personal server. It's actually running on my PC. I want to get a separate PC here eventually to run the server on, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Is this where the altar is? Maybe. I wonder if the bots actually know the combo for 1 minute mage. I would imagine if they gave them that as a build, it would be programmed to where they know how to use it. This just goes back downstairs. Is there an altar up here? No. I'm assuming the altar must be over here. Or maybe it's in a cave. I don't. I actually haven't enchanted this mallet in probably like 10 years. I'll try using it right here. Oh, it's gonna let me. Okay. Where do I hurt to? Oh yeah, that's right. That'll work.
Welcome. See you soon.
I should honestly try to get my cooking up a little bit. Free up some of these recipes. How bad is it? It's not bad. It's salvageable.
Talk to me.
I have to fly through Iron Forge to get where I'm going anyway, so. Can I summon them while I'm on a flight path? Yep. That's funny. I'll summon them again when I get there. Alright, so everybody gets promoted once for helping me with that. And they get promoted again for helping me do the dungeon. Oh shit. I was hoping it would open up a second window. Didn't know I was running Windows 95 here. Okay, so what can I make it with the blacksmithing? Coarse grinding stone, I could use some of that. So I need some silver. Hold on here. I need more bronze, I know that much. Well, I could make those. I don't know how long these are going to be orange for, though. Oh, shit. Cancel, cancel, cancel. Okay. So now I need to sell these. And I'm gonna need to go to the auction house to see if I can just cheese my blacksmithing up a little bit.
See you soon.
It's actually a pretty good chest compared to what I have. It's not better, but it's close. I need to load up on silver, bronze, and coarse grinding stones. I would think there's more than that. Oops. Fuck. Oh, okay. Anyway. What about recipes? Boiled clams. Brawler claw. Pretty sure I saw one of those. Yeah, but that's just one of them though. Whatever, I'll buy it.
I gotta let the thing dry and then I'll start breakfast.
Okay. Coyote meat. Boar ribs. I want a shiny red apple. That should do it for now. Now I just need to find the profession trainer here. Yeah. Just the cooking trainer. Herbalism trainer. Herbalism supplies. First aid trainer. Oh, this might be it right here. Yep.
How are ya? Watch your back.
Oh, I need a stove, mister.
What can I
And
get?
some mild spices.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Here we go.
Hi.
Still can't learn shit from him. Might as well sell my food back to this guy.
Well met.
Alright, whatever. I'm gonna go do ZF now.
What can I do for you? Be good.
So the other day I woke up from sleep and I decided, you know what, today I'm going to torture myself. So I went to my computer and the first thing I checked was my latest video and responded to some comments. I just want to say thank you guys. Store page, I thought to myself, wow, why don't I just get Hentai VR and call it a day? I didn't let my intrusive thoughts win. I found a game called Into the Radius. Now this game does have a lot of reviews, but I don't actually hear a lot of people talking about it. So that's why I'm here today to tell you about the most terrifying game I have ever played. Into the Radius is a VR open world survival horror game. The lore is that this mining town experienced what they call a light earthquake as dust flew into the air and covered the sky. Once the dust settled, there was a huge orb in the air that was glowing red, which is known as the Radius. So the game starts with the tutorial, with you awakening in the Radius with no memory of who you are and how you got there. Hello. No! You end up hearing a disembodied voice calling herself Katya, who is happy that someone is able to finally hear her.
Oh, you can hear me. I kept trying to speak to others, but they couldn't, and help me, please.
After you complete the tutorial, you're then transported to a base that supposedly you've been missing from for a year and is pretty much totally abandoned. You're labeled as UNPSC Explorer 61, and that's all you really know about yourself at the moment. So this base is the main hub area of the game, and you'll have to grow very, very fond of seeing it, especially if you die as much as I do.
Are you kidding me? Bruh.
First thing you probably noticed about this game is that the game is extremely dark. Not just the story or the content, but it's quite literally pitch black.
Oh, it's terrifying. Oh, this is actually terrifying.
This game makes you feel genuinely helpless, as you have to carry around a flashlight at all times to even be able to see anything inside dark areas, which is most of the game. Now you're probably noticing that this game does not have the greatest graphics of all time. The gun models are amazing, the actual textures are a bit lackluster, but that doesn't really take away from the core experience of the game, because it is both the graphics and the audio that really makes this game shine. Due to the lack of graphical fidelity of the game, it uses audio to really mess with you.
What the fuck? fuck was that noise? What? What the fuck?
It's nighttime in the game. Now the actual map of the game is split into various parts. In the first part, you're pretty much just in a barren wasteland with craters absolutely everywhere. The game does a very good job of making you feel like you're in a nuclear apocalypse. The maps aren't too big or too small. It doesn't take too long to traverse from one area to the next, and one area is just as scary as the other. The game uses the dark to its advantage in many parts of the game, specifically inside buildings. My most recent run of the game, I went into an abandoned building where I literally had the most terrifying experience of my life. I could just hear things stomping around me, and I had no ammo. I felt genuinely useless.
Oh, you fucking bitch. Oh. Oh my god.
I did find a shotgun, and that made me have a glimmer of hope.
Oh my god, a shotgun. Oh, I don't feel safe.
And then I immediately lost it.
I actually just lost the shotgun immediately. Fuck.
Now it's all well and good to have good graphics, audio, and environments, but what are the enemies like? Well, the enemies are serviceable. They could be improved, but genuinely they are terrifying. The ones I have encountered so far have been these walking black husks, are extremely slow, a squiggly monster that makes me literally jump every single time it attacks me.
Hey. Hey. Oh!
Yes.
Yeah. Happening.
Are you done? You done sneezing?
Sure.
Bless you.
What's on your mind? Keep your
Welcome. Oh, some more ammo. It's going to come in useful. So, Resident Evil 4, if you've played the game before, you'll...
It might be the UK name for the thing. But yeah, it's like
Hello everybody and welcome back. As always, I'm channel. Now first up are our C tier mods. Now this in no way implies that they are actually bad fire system requirements. Now on the topic of paywalls, I'm not saying these modders don't deserve to get paid for their amazing work. They absolutely do, but let's face it, the average person is going full stop once they hear paid mod. But at the same time, these are also some of the biggest AAA titles. First up is the RPG Elden Ring, where you get to take on the role of the victim. Currently one of the most popular games available. It's absolutely amazing that we can experience it from a VR perspective. Nice Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon drops you into this beautiful world that's a combination of tribal humanity and futuristic technology. Getting to view these machines close up in VR is absolutely amazing, but again, you're going to want a pretty strong constitution and a pretty beefy gaming PC. Now we take that concept even further with Cyberpunk 2077. The visuals are absolutely stunning in VR, and you have an open world to experience unlike anything else. But those visuals do come at a price, and even on some of the beefiest rigs, you will want to adjust settings for maximum performance. Cutscenes and driving sequences will also be extremely tough if you're prone to motion sickness at all. And this same exact story continues with Red Dead Redemption 2. Once again, we have a top-notch AAA open world title, but again, all the way to engine modification, so the initial setup might be a little cumbersome, or tweaking is required for optimal performance. First on this list is the brutally fantastic first-person shooter Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus. Now this does feature head aiming, and there is a way to set up some form of hybrid controls, but you might want to jump motion controls, but there is head aiming. The overall setup can be a little cumbersome, and both cutscenes and driving sequences can be tough for people who suffer from motion sickness. But it's worth taking the risk to experience this giant city up close and personal. Okay, so that tier B list was quite short, and we're now moving into tier A, which are still free, but utilize an in-engine modification, which generally makes it easier to install or gives better performance. Sadly though, these mods still lack motion controls. First on the list is the spy-themed first-person shooter with stealth elements, No One Lives Forever. If you were a fan of this title and wanted to relive it, or if you're looking for new content to play, it is definitely worth checking out in VR, adding to that overall immersion. One of the few mods on the list that takes a third-person viewpoint rather than first-person actually controller support. In fact, the developers recommend you use a HOTAS for this title, and experimental motion controls available, but you might have to default back to using a controller. Now another title that brings you back into third-person mode is Devil May Cry 5. You'll still feel close in the sights of this beautiful world. I would love to see a Monster Hunter title built from the ground up with VR mechanics, full motion controller support. And first on that list is Morrowind. This classic RPG sucked me in for countless hours, and now you and while we're on the topic of nostalgia, let's jump into the Resident Evil series. The absolutely fantastic remakes for Resident Evil 2 and 3 are now completely playable in VR, featuring full motion controls. But that's not all, because modders gave us something that Sony refused to do, and that's VR support for Resident Evil 7 on the PC. And taking it one step further, we can now play Resident Evil 8 in VR also. Now just a side note, the motion controls for Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 8 are currently in beta, but they're almost ready for full release, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're already available by the time you see this video. Not of immersion and feel a bit more engrossed or Sith on lightsaber rally, then this classic the option to take on some Nazis or legions of
Oh. We actually need to go this way, huh? Is everybody here? Looks like it. Alright.
Oh.
I'm just gonna rush in there and summon them.
That was really creepy. I just saw a bunny rabbit swimming.
Oh yeah.
This one right here is in that pond of water.
Are you keeping a lookout, Babs? Yeah. You keeping a watch? Yeah. You love looking outside, don't you, Pop? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get away with tanking with just Seal Wisdom and Consecration. Consecration. Fucking autism. Apparently not. Can I click on the healing ward, please? Oh, there's a bunch of spellcasters over here, huh? I think I did a pretty good job tanking there. Especially considering they were all casters. It was pretty good. Oh shit, I should have needed that. Oh well. I'm a ways from being able to learn that anyway. Alright, I'm keeping full on mana with this. Oops, wrong one.
I need more mana. I need more mana.
I'm gonna go ahead and tag all these here. So when are you making breakfast?
Grab all the shit out of this room.
Okay.
I need more mana. I need more mana.
I'm gonna have some bacon.
Make some bacon.
Gonna have some
You
bacon.
really need to take care of that eye booger on her. I know that shit can't feel good. You want to smoke before
No.
I start cooking?
No.
I'm gonna go smoke first. I don't know nowhere.
Still not as good as what I have.
I need more mana. I need more mana.
Okay, stop opening everything, please.
Silence consume you.
Nope, wrong button. Oh, I could have just used exorcism. I keep forgetting to use that in vanilla on Burning Crusade because it's pretty situational. It's the same item that's dropped like the last 3 times. I don't know if that's like the only item he drops or what, but it's like the same one. Oh, you already looted the chest? What'd you get? Ancient tablet. Oh, well.
It's too far away.
I can actually keep casting Consecration now that I have Seal of Wisdom on. Even if I'm only going against one person and it's not very mana efficient, I can still do it. Let me summon them over here. Guess this is getting ridiculous. I can't even click on the fucking dudes I want to attack. I think we can pull a few more here. Go ahead and get all on one go.
I need more mana.
Let the execution begin. Can't carry anymore.
Well, let's see how well this goes. This time.
Great to meet you.
Not gonna help at all right now. Finally fucking did it.
I need more mana.
I'm doing a full clear on this dungeon now. I just went through all that shit. Every time I tried to do this part, it just felt like it was bugged, but it turns out it just takes a really long time. I'm doing a full clear. Oh shit.
I need more mana.
It won't even let me click this fucking dude. There we go.
I need more mana.
Oh, somebody's gonna want that.
Hey there.
I need more mana.
See you around.
Oh, he's gonna go open the door. What's he attacking anyway? Here we go. As soon as he gets up. Alright, going in.
This desert be mine. Inventory is full.
Yes. It's exactly what I want. Well, it's not like I would prefer a chance on hit that it's like a damaging effect, but this is even. But this is great too. So what do I gotta do? I gotta combine it with something? Let me look it up. 'Cause I have no idea. Done? Done?
No, I'm still making the bacon. Just seeing what you were doing.
It's got a really good sword.
Oh. Is somebody in your chat or no?
That was a while ago.
Oh, okay. Well, kiss me.
What's it called? Sang Thraz. Oops. So apparently that guy might drop it. So I actually have to go back. Because I don't think I killed him. Pretty sure he was an optional boss. There he is. We'll probably have to fight these guys, so we'll fuck them up.
I can't carry anymore.
Woohoo!
Got his body's buried under all these basilisks. Wait, who got it? Did I not win it? What the fuck? Yeah, that's what I thought. I'll give it to me. I want it. Cock smoker. I might actually grind that boss for that sword. What's the drop rate on it? 3%. I like those odds. And it'll just get easier the higher level I get, so. I could just sub in some level 70s. Do it that way. Or low rank level 70s, I should say. So I just got a really good sword for a tank.
Okay.
I've been wanting a chance on hit weapon for a while now because of Reckoning. Check it out.
Hold on. Gotta get my fucking name fixed.
Don't bump my microphone.
Combines what? James Thrays?
And saying threes.
Or Mighty Sword. And 55 to 85 damage. Amazing.
I'm gonna farm that other sword. Should be able to tank this whole room. Oh shit. Wrong spell on him. Did I line of sight my healer? It didn't come around the corner?
Heal me.
This is fucking bullshit. That's the only time I dot revive is when I get fucked over like that. Now I gotta try to get all the damn aggro back. Oh, I don't have any buffs on. That's why I'm not getting any prep. They stayed right behind the fucking pot and they didn't come out. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. I really don't. Because I walked out there and they didn't get back in line of sight of me. Because usually they do. And they just didn't. So. Anyway, I'm gonna report this as a bug because it's really annoying. And the fact that they just stop following you. Really fucking annoying. That's fine, I can pussy pull this room. Doesn't make a difference to me. Alright, bitch, come here. And we can do more than that. Come on. Get your shits together. Still haven't gotten a proc for this thing yet. At least that I've noticed, and I've been watching most of the time. Maybe I just get it and it goes away so fast, I don't know. Oh, I'm currently playing while with bots. That's what's going on here. Now this is better. You can have your shriveled heart. one more. One more. Okay. Is there a witch doctor in here? No. Oh, there is. Okay. I still haven't seen my sword proc yet. I don't know if the percentage chance on it is like really low or what. Alright, I'm gonna pull the rest of these nerds. And then I'll start the Rizzle or whatever fight. Yes, see these guys in my group here? They're not real. They're bots. It's a separate program that runs on my server core, made by some dudes. And it populates the entire world with however many bots you want, and they do just about everything. They do their own quests, they grind their own professions, everything. I currently have 123 of them in my guild. Oh shit, am I gonna die? What the fuck? Oh, it's because my healer's not doing anything again. This has only been a problem since the last update. Bots used to make effort to catch up to you and to heal you if you were low health.
Is this ready?
Okay, well I'm literally about to do the boss I need, so.
Okay, well, I should probably make
Yes, it works offline. You can play with like friends via Hamachi or LAN or whatever, but it's offline. I'm currently running it off of my SSD. The server is off my SSD. The game's off a hard drive. Oh, I need the replay buffs. And we'll go ahead and give the healer that one. I'm actually gonna have to go after this fight because my breakfast is ready. I have a tutorial playlist in my channel that pretty much explains everything. Oh, there he is. It's a little laggy because I have so many bots. I can turn them down if I want. I have 3,500 bots on my server. But it's not so bad to where it's unbearable. It just happens every now and again. If I turn it down to 3,000, I get no lag whatsoever. Okay, yeah, this isn't for me. Right? It says I could use it. I don't know if I want to. I don't want to. I just want this. Right. Please destroy this. Holy shit. What the fuck? The collision box on this boss is apparently ginormous. I'm gonna go ahead and actually leave my server running. I'm just gonna end the stream. Is the server? Yes, the server is running on my PC. I have an SSD that runs my operating system and the server, and I have a normal HDD that is running the game. It's actually a hybrid disk drive, but it's basically a normal hard drive. But anyway, thanks for stopping in. I will be back in probably like 15 minutes to finish the dungeon. I wasn't going to do a full clear, but since I was able to beat the technical final boss, I am going to go ahead and do a full clear. So I'll be back.